Well, a new museum in Eureka Springs is taking visitors underground into a basement filled with oddities, true crime artifacts, and pieces of American history you may not find in the textbook. 5 News reporter Bo Russell is taking us inside.
In Eureka Springs, a town already known for ghost stories, haunted hotels, and the paranormal, a new museum is taking visitors below the surface.
We are in Eureka Springs, Arkansas at the Graveface Museum.
The Graveface Museum is owned by Ryan Graveface and Chloe Manon. The husband and wife duo already have museum locations in Savannah and Chicago, but say Eureka Springs happened organically.
We have a friend who owns this building that we're renting the whole basement out of. He runs a spooky bodega upstairs.
For Ryan, the museum is an extension of a lifelong interest.
Started collecting it as a kid and just never stopped. I was coming up during the demise of roadside attractions, which is depressing. So that's kind of what we've tried to bring into our locations.
Come on in.
From haunted dolls to the occult to the satanic panic, the exhibits trace moments in American history that are often misunderstood or left out.
I usually describe it as like the underrated or under talked about parts of recent history and like the human condition, because it's not just like one-dimensional spooky stuff.
One exhibit looks at Anton LaVey, the founder of the Church of Satan. Chloe says the exhibit isn't there to promote him, but to explain the history around him and the backlash that followed.
That is kind of the tool we use to go to the next exhibit, which dives into the Satanic Panic.
From there, the museum connects that history to Arkansas through the West Memphis Three.
Damien Eccles and the West Memphis Three is a massive case that came out of the Satanic Panic.
The museum also includes sideshow history, with exhibits on performers like Tom Thumb, and the way people with disabilities or physical differences were treated in the 1800s and 1900s.
If you were maimed, disfigured, or otherwise unsightly, you could be fined for just existing out in public back then.
Chloe says that's why these exhibits matter. They aren't just strange objects in glass cases.
There's so many stories that kind of get forgotten.
But the museum's biggest turn comes in the true crime section. A large part of the museum focuses on John Wayne Gacy, the serial killer often known as the Killer Clown.
So we ended up with the largest collection of original material artifacts and death row artwork from John Wayne Gacy.
Chloe says she and Ryan have been researching the case for more than a decade.
Just to explore the unexplored aspects of the case, because there's a lot of stones left unturned. We do explore, again, not just Gacy and his crimes and the case, but we also do talk about his ties to Arkansas.
But even with subject matter this dark, Chloe says the museum is not trying to be a death museum. It's not built around gore, and it's not built around shock.
We want people to be able to engage with these topics again, and just like almost like watching a documentary, listening to a podcast, except you're actually seeing the writings of some of these people. I guess if you like weird, interesting history, it's kind of, if this is up your alley, it's an interesting, very up close and personal way to learn about it.
In Eureka Springs, Bo Russell, 5 News.